So we are now only waiting for Axe and Bjorn. Bjorn is there, now only Axe. Okay, he's joining. So basically I click spectator already and I will give a signal to ready up very soon. Okay. So basically we'll just wait for the Frenchman and then we will start instantly. Okay, he's on the main menu, so he is going to join very soon. Well, we reached some success because there is no virtual Grand Prix today, at least that's what I know. Hello, Vilzu. Okay, Axe is there. We can go. Ready up, like they say. Because you have all of the 20 drivers on the grid, only one reserve driver, which is Marco Botta, the Romanian who was almost on the podium in USA, but at the final finished P9. He was racing in Toro Rosso then, almost reached that podium, but after the penalties he dropped into P9. So we are going to start the race very soon, and let me edit the thumbnail, let me edit all of the things. Okay. Please, just don't. I told you, ready up. Okay, let's go. So, we are waiting for drivers to start the qualifying. Reminder to advertise the stream everywhere you can. And I will update the description very soon. About the F2 race, there was a race in Japan. Personally, I finished P9, but there was no broadcast because Gniewko had technical issues, which are not our fault, and this is why there was no broadcast. But about the results, what can I say? Natic has won his first race this season, ahead of Bredet Jair. And after the Japanese Grand Prix in the Ero F2, we have 5 drivers with a chance to win the championship at the final in Brazil. So I already invite you to the Brazilian Grand Prix in F2 and also F3  2 hours before. Saturday 6 PM UK, 5 drivers fighting for the championship, and I'm sure that we'll see a lot of action. But about today's race, which I invite you to, you can watch this, because imagine if he pushes his teammate to switch seats in real life. Like, no, this is interesting story. Like a short one, but still funny. Julian has written in the chat. Hello, Mareczek. Julian has written in the chat to Marco Botta to switch the seat to a number 2 driver on Racing Point, because Marco Botta was first to join the lobby, and he was the first driver, so it was so he was replacing Sergio Perez, and Julian had only number 2 seat, so he decided, come on, change that. So he's racing as a driver number 1 in Racing Point. Like, this has some kind of logic, because Julian is third to the championship and fighting for it. He's only 12 points behind Plazable in the standings, so he's leading the championship. Reminder about US Grand Prix, none of the top 3 drivers has scored points. No one, literally. Why? Because the top 6 has decided to stay on slick tires while there was raining during the safety car in the US Grand Prix, and this ended up with literally everyone, including Julian, to spin around all the time in the last 2 laps. And Nuruzer has finally won his first Grand Prix. He's staying on the garage, but someone is getting out of the pit somehow. It's Jeroen. Okay, who is the first one to make a lap? It's going to be not Patrick, but Jesper. I kinda say we pretty often see him as the first one to leave the garage. So we are in the Mexico, where the races are hosted back from, it was 2015, and just as the first driver came through main straight, where Sergio Perez in 2014 has done the record of the top speed in Formula 1. It was 370 kilometers per hour during races, I remember, but you can improve me, but you can say what is the true. Yellow flags in sector 3, but these are only drivers warming up. Maybe I will tell you once again, like every single week, the situation on the championship standings. So I have the Excel file, so I will not show. Jordan is gonna win. He's gonna take revenge. We will see that. I wonder if there's rain during this race, but no one has told me, so probably dry weather all the way. So let's go to F1, and there we have 188.4 Plazenbull, 182 for Max Rowe, 176 for Julian. This is top 3 fighting for the championship until the last race. Jasper's ending his lap making 1:15.1, and we have Julian making it faster by 7/10 of a second. Marco Botta goes second, and Julian now goes second. So we will see a lot of drivers now taking the positions. Luke is making the second place, and what about Javier? P4. So the closest one to cross the line is Nievko. He's last, losing over a second, but he's on mediums. So we can follow it. Patrick now. Okay, continuing the standings. 139 points, both having Bjorn and Luke, and 111 has Axel. So that's the top 6. Fighting for the championship. 8 viewers. I remember the days when we had more. So once again, you can advertise this broadcast. Ginger and the Ginger is the same person, but he changed his nickname. A little reminder. John cutting the corner. Drunk crosses into the pit. Drunkenstein, I mean. Bjorn starts his lap. What about Nizzo? He's on his out lap, on hard tires. Let's see the tires, by the way. Only Gniewko is on mediums, and on hard tires we have 3 drivers only. Gaet, Axe, and Nizzo. Yellow flag in sector 1 and 2. That's probably someone going slowly. For next season, he was twice 4th in season 1 and season 2. So this means he has a chance. Like if he will if he will have the same form as in the last 2 seasons, then he has a major chance. Okay, Maxwell is suffering some lag, but I think it's stable now. So who is finishing the lap? It's not Gaet, not Nuruzer, because he only started. Bjorn invalidated. So many drivers are in the garage, old lap or something else. So we will stay with the Renault. Ginger has done the fastest lap for the qualifying session, by the way. But what can Gaet do on the hard tires, which are around 1.5 of a second slower per lap? Maybe not 1.5, but 1 second or something like that. What is he able to do? He has invalidated lap time, so we'll switch to Nizzo, who also has invalidated lap time, so it's like, never mind. Maybe Nuruzer. And Nuruzer finally crosses through the corners without invalidated. Without the black and white flag. Nizzo lets him by, so we have yellow flag to sector 3. Coming through the stadium section, last 2 corners are waiting for the Dutch driver in Alpha, and he crosses the line to get 4th place, 1:40.6. So what we can notice is that on the second half of the season, from around Italian Grand Prix, Nuruzer's form is rising back, as his first races were not the best ones. There are a lot of DNFs, maybe 1.2 points, but it wasn't many. From Italian Grand Prix where he was on the 4th place, it all started to come kinda better, because he's now 10th for the championship, even though he wasn't on the next 2 races, and the other ones, Russia 0 points, and twice DNF, he won in USA, so this means he has the form required to maybe even fight for the better place than 10th. And now Plazmo crosses the line to get second place, only 15,000 of a second behind Jinjo. Why are you fighting? Axel, yeah, he has done the hot lap already, but Julian is like, they practicing racing or what? Gniewko is currently on the outlap. He sees his only chance to make better place is to put soft tires on. Turning on the DRS, but who is closer to the finish line? It's Drunkenstein. The only Turkish driver on the grid. Received 7 points this season only. But he was involved, 8 points, sorry, because he achieved 2, not 1 in Abu Dhabi. But he was involved in many incidents during this season, like every Haas driver ever. In Ero F1. Drunkenstein goes 8,000 of a second faster than Jesper. What about Julian? He's on the hot lap now, same as Luke, but Luke is finishing. He has almost half of a second fastest, and he has purple sector 2. This means if you finish this lap with the same delta, he will get the pole position now. But can he do it? 1:12, 13, and he takes the fastest lap of the qualifying session currently, the provisional pole, with 1:14.0. So 1:14 Bayer is the one to break. Possible to break. Maybe by Maxwell, maybe by Axe, but who knows. Jaren is only 2,000 of a second faster than Dux on his best lap. However, 6. But Ero is making surprising P5. He achieved points only once in Formula 1 division. It was in Austria, as I remember, or what? No, it was Russian Grand Prix, P7. But he has invalidated lap time now. Gaet is now on the main straight, so there is a lot of drivers stuck in there. While Gniewko is coming, even though Gniewko has done 1:15.2, still last place but much closer. Jesper meanwhile improves. Marco Botta and Gniewko both out of the session. What happened there? I don't know, to be honest. Well, I need one of the Haas's to cross there. Both drivers, you could see that for a single moment that they have crashed. Thank you for helping. Yeah, they have crashed. So probably Marco Botta is trying to let by, and it ended with crashing into the pole. Max meanwhile has done 5th lap time of the qualifying session, 1:14.3. Gaet is now on the stadium section, visiting it and getting out of it. Last corner, where Daniel Fiat last year has done a torpedo move on Nico Hülkenberg in Real F1. Gaet crosses the line and he's last somehow, 1:15.3. Niso goes even slower, 1:15.4. But there is now Bjorn, and he's going to cross the line very soon. Nice stories in the chat. What about Bjorn? Going P11. By the way, where all of the people disappeared? We are only 4 now. There was 10. Where are they? This is an interesting question. Tell me if you can hear me properly. Because I know there were some issues during the last race, which Otapa and Wills know about. Okay, Patrick is heading into the pits. Axel hasn't validated lap time. But Plazable is now on his outlap still. But I don't know if he uses a lot of ERS there. Look, another one the outlap. So the only one on trying to make the best lap time is not. So you betrayed me with that Plazables on the outlap. He has done 1:14.012. This means, yeah, someone will make 1:13. Your voice is just brilliant, but I mean the mic, how loud is it? Is it proper? Okay, no information about that, but still, Nurser just 20,000 of a second slower than Axel. About his form I was talking about, even though he has done DNFs, but in Singapore he was in front row. And as I remember, in the next race he has also done the good result on the qualifying. 140.4 made by himself, and he goes P7. So yeah, it was Abu Dhabi Grand Prix. He was just unlucky during the restart. Drunkerstein is now on his half lap, but I don't think it's fast. He's faster now. Axe is the only one to not make a lap time since now. Maybe very soon he will try. He will try. However, goes out of the track, still no invalidated lap time. And behind him there is Luke. They are separated by about 1 second, so probably they will not damage themselves. They will not ruin their lap times. But now we're heading to Dukes as he's crossing the line very soon, and he gets the position number 9. So he goes into top 10. What about Jesper? Can he beat him? No, only P11. Jesper was twice on the third place, and now he's only P11. The qualifying, Javier suffered a bit of problems. He received a penalty costing his podium in US, but he is, oh, what a slide into the pits, even though he was probably making the faster lap time. Same as Luke, so probably one more chance they will do. Euro invalidates his lap time by just a centimeter. Jern also heads into the pits. So we have no drivers on the hot laps, as I see. So, oh, Ginger is starting hot lap. And very soon, there's Maxer doing it. Julian is on sector 2. 2 of the drivers of the 3 I mentioned now are title contenders. Ginger is like fighting for the P7 at best. Hello, houseman. Hope you will stay until the end of the race, even though we were supposed to race. But if not, then we still have reserves. And you reported it. That's very nice. Okay, so currently Max is on his hot lap on sector 2, but we will switch to Ginger as he's ahead. Crossing this long chicanes. Well, I don't know how to call these turns. Like, it reminds me about the Silverstone track, because we have maggots at Beckett, and these corners are pretty similar, but they're like not. I don't know what you will say about that. Ginger crosses the line. He had problems. Can he make the fastest lap? He's done it, and he's breaking 114. 113.9. This is impressive result, and Max will spun. If he will not come to the pits very soon, he's going to be disqualified, but he's coming. And breaking the boiler. And Max retires on the session, so no more chance for him to get the first place. Considering that Plazable is 6 points ahead, this is not the best message for him. Julian makes the pole position now, so 130.8. Julian is starting his hot lap now. But he's about to finish it. Bjorn, no. Drankenstein sector 2 he's coming only. Plazable starting too. So we have many drivers now trying their best to make the first place now. And oh, Julian retires, but it's pretty easy to predict because he is already on pole. He has done a lap. He has no more chance. But what about Plazable? We have yellow flags literally in every sector. Now Axel goes 5th, but we'll stay with the Dutch driver or maybe someone else. Nizo is finishing. He can go P11 with 1:14.3. Then we have Guide, but he has invited at lap time. What about run gain? Okay, many drivers retired from the session. Plausible is 2/10 of a second ahead. This means he can break the barrier of 1:13.8 and maybe even do the pole position. Look at static, his hot lap. He will be led by Julian. Axel goes 5th. What about Plausible? He takes the fastest lap. 1:30.6. Impressive one. Bjorn and Axel, all of them finished their laps, but there is Luke. The qualifying session has ended now. So everyone is now pushing to do their best. Axel has only chance to make the best lap time he can. As he will cross the line very soon, Plausible retires and go only P19. So the driver who was 2nd in the season 1 and 6th in the season 20 is 6th on the standings. It's pretty not unacceptable but unexpected result. So there's Ferrari about to cross the line. It's Luke. He is faster by 78,000 of a second. So this means he doesn't even outscore Ginger now. Axel retires. Same as Bjorn. Luke is now coming to the inside line as much as he can. He goes 3rd with 1:30.8. We had someone, that was probably Guyet making P16. Nurse is not making his lap, so heads into the pits. Jero and 2. So the qualifying session we can say is ended. Ero is making, as I remember, the best position in the qualifying session in his Ero career. But on the 1st place we have Plausible, and we have Julian, Luke, Ginger, Axel, Bjorn, Patrick, Maxrow, Ero and Nurluzer on the 10th place. Outside of it we have Javier, Nizo, Dux, Jesper, Jeroen, Guyet, Marco Botta, Drankenstein, Gniewko and Axel. So just before the race, maybe I will share a tweet about the race. Okay, there it goes. Ero says he was 6/10 faster, so he would maybe even get into top 5. At least top 5, like maybe even 2nd place, but he lost the car, he said. Maybe. Okay, Luke has done a completed lap. Or actually his AI. Okay. So we are now heading to the qualifying results, as it's Plausible in the 1st place. On 2nd we have Julian, then we have on the 2nd row Luke and Ginger, 3rd row is Axel, Bjorn. On the 7th place you can find Patrick, with Maxrow alongside. Ero and Nurza on the 5th row, closing the top 10, and opening the second 10 drivers are Javier and Nizo, both Italians, Dux and Jesper on the P13-14. P15 is Jeroen, then we have Guyet, Marco Botta, Drankenstein, Gniewko and Axel. How many invalid lap times? So many. And any grid penalties? No. Well, this would be funny to see the grid penalty, but it isn't. Okay, one more thing. So let the drivers put their strategies. Okay. So I've done another advertisement on Discord. Less than half of a minute to prepare the strategy. There can be interesting choices in Mexico. Some drivers are making soft mediums, like Axel in season 2. He survived that. There's also possibility to go medium hards, soft medium medium, medium soft medium, soft medium. There are so many choices. Now we are waiting for the formation lap. Some drivers haven't managed to get on time with the strategy, and we have formation lap. Okay, everyone is going, even though the cars disappeared for a moment. But we're here just before the race starts. Plazable is on the first place, and Julian on the second. Then we have Luke, Ginger, Axel and Bjorn. So in top 6 we have 4 title contenders, because we consider also Luke and Bjorn. Maxro, the last one from this group. You remember Chris first up on season 2. Like, what do you mean? As I don't correctly remember. Okay, so well, let's see driver strategy, because as we can see, Ero, why are you third? Okay, tires. Top 10 has to go on soft, but the people outside top 10 can go on any tire they want. Javier P11 on mediums. Then we have Niso, Dux and Jasper on mediums. Jero and Marco Botengievko are the only drivers to start on softs outside top 10. On this track, like, what happened there? Okay, I need to plug off the mic. I need to drink water, like, you know. Well, I remember Christopher was disqualified on the season 2 in Mexican Grand Prix. What about today? He's not racing, but we have other drivers. Plazable, Julian. They are going so slowly there. Well, probably Axel is the one who doesn't understand why is this traffic creating. But we're just before to start the race. And now, Locke is setting his Ferrari on the second row, Plazable on the first place. But Julian has the better inside line, better to go inside into turn 1. But we have also the very long straight, the longest one during the season, the longest main straight in Formula 1. But now we're heading to a race. It's about 4 Dutchmen and 1 Frenchman in the top 5. It's Plazable, Julian, Luke, Ginger or Axel who is going to take the first place. After the start, it's lights out and away we go, and Plazable is going to the left side of the track. As Julian has a better start, they are going wheel to wheel, same as Luke, Ginger or Axel. We have so many drivers and literally going 5 wide or something like that. Axel goes out of the track, Plazable fight wheel to wheel with Julian. They are going to have some contact, not this time. Julian can take the lead. Plazable goes still first, and he defends his lead. There are yellow flags at the back, and it's Patrick dropping from P7. Plazable is the leader after Selector 1, but Julian tries to go inside line. He goes out of the track. Dux already has 3-second time penalty. Plazable still in the lead, but Julian has the better inside line into the stern, and he takes the lead of the Mexican Grand Prix after the start. Meanwhile, Axel overtook Ginger for the 4th place, but you have 5 drivers fighting for the victory today. There is no wet weather predicted, as we can see, but who's going to be the one to finish the race on the barriers here? Hope it will be no one, and we're right. And as I can spot, Patrick Rabi has no damage or the minor one, so nothing major happened during the first lap. Maxer is fighting wheel to wheel with Marco Botta, so he has also an awful start, like the horrible one, losing 4 places. Gniewko goes 9th in this, so he gained a lot of places here. Plazable is faster than Julian, even the Racing Pod driver cut the grass, but Julian will take inside line, and they are not going to contact, I hope so, but they are going wheel to wheel into turn 2 and turn 3, and Julian takes back the lead again, and Luke is not watching, but taking part in this battle, as he can go into even first place now. Ginger has the inside line to attack Axel, but he doesn't make it. Luke is now third. little issue. But we're back. And Luke is still third. As you can see, nothing has changed. Maxro ahead of Marco Botta on the P11. Hello Przemysław. But also Maxro drops out of the track, but he comes back still ahead of the Racing Point driver. Also, he has a chance to even overtake Javier maybe in the coming straight, but Marco Botta uses this left braking as Maxro probably hit the wall, and as you can see, he has wing damage, so he will have to pit very soon if it will make a significant losing downforce. What about Ginger? He is not faster than Axel, so he will stay fifth, but this is between mostly plausible at Julian. Javier overtakes Ero F1 then if they are fighting wheel to wheel, and Javier goes ahead. Julian and plausible. This pair of drivers are going to fight anytime. Ginger and Axel had both a problem, probably they caused the yellow flag. This means they both lost a place to Nurluzer and Bjorn, so they lost 2 places. Nurluzer is in this style pretty well as he's going 4th. It's lap 3 right now. Julian tries to get away from Plausible, but the Red Bull driver stays around 0.3 of a second behind. Let's send on the telemetry and lap data so we will easily see who is in all of the power and who is not. Jeremy was in the pits as he is on the new medium tires. This means he is now last by around 20 seconds to Drunkage time. Plausible makes the fastest lap of the race currently, and he has DRS power to attack Alenvor into turn 1. Can he make it? Julian takes the inside line. Will he go inside? Not this time. Plausible goes for it into turn 1, getting the lead once again. So a little surprise is Gniewko coming in the 7th place. We remember his only podium in Italy, which was 3rd place. But now he has another impressive result about to do. And Maxer is losing a lot of places as he's currently only on the P13. So now, as we can see, he's losing another place, or not this time. We can say no, but Axe overtakes Gayet for the 15th place. Went down the inside, pretty nice move. And Patrick is the one waiting for a chance to get the position up, one position up. Marco Botta receives 3-second time penalty, but will stay with the top as Luke watches the battle between Julian and Plazen. As we're on the main straight right now, Plausible makes another fastest lap. He's flying on this track. We are going to see a broken 1:17.18 barrel very soon. Gniewko is like setting the trend. As you can see, we have top 6 drivers and Gniewko holding all of the group. Is he going to be overtaken by Javier? I guess not. No, it isn't Gniewko, this is Jure. As Nizo comes now P9. We have little lags. And Gniewko is now faster even than Axel. Can he take the 6th place? Meanwhile, Bjorn overtakes the loser. Gniewko goes on the outside line as he takes the 6th place. Pretty good performance by the pole on the first laps. Meanwhile, Marco Botta fights again with Maxro. Maxro goes ahead. As you can see, he has damage front wing. He will keep losing places if he will not change it very soon. Or maybe what if there will be a safety car? As we will go back to the battle for the 6th for a moment. Axel cuts the corner and gets 3-second time penalty. Now Alenvor is faster than Plausen, so he has DRS and maybe even take the lead. Luke doesn't decide to use all of his power. Former Alenvor is much faster as he goes on the 1st place ahead of Plausible once again. And Nurluzer overtakes Bjorn back, same as Axel is doing on Gniewko. Welcome everyone on this broadcast, hope you will stay until the end of the race. Meanwhile, Maxro goes ahead of Ero. Now he's fighting just before the 10th, even though Ero is just behind. As you can see also, Frankenstein has DRS on Gaiet, and he will use the power and the reduced downforce to attack the Italian as he goes ahead. As you can see, also notice, Gaiet may have damage from wing. You're overtaken by Marco Botta. It was only one flying lap. That was pretty decent. Plasmo first gear into the stadium section. Now he's faster. Julia gets it to the pits, same as Plausen. Luke is now taking the lead. Like, there was kind of treat made by Julian, but it didn't work. Like, not at all, but mainly didn't work. Now Gniewko overtaken by Axel is going to be overtaken by Javier. We have a lot of position swaps, as you can see. Drivers are putting the new tires, same as Maxro, as he changes also his front wing. Probably Luke and Rose are trying, maybe even Axel, same as in the Season 2 Mexican Grand Prix, are trying the strategy of soft medium. Because I don't consider Gniewko making it. And maybe Javier on medium softs. Axel now has a little slide, but still goes on the 10th place, not losing anything, even though he has Patrick just behind. And on the 12th place is Gaiet, even though he suffers a minor damage. As you can see, he is missing a part of the left front wing. And Ginger only on the 16th, even, yeah, he was in the pits earlier. Now Luke is pitting, but no loser is not. What about Axel? He stays on track. Gniewko too. And Javier has now a chance to overtake the pole in Toro Rosso. He's much faster. And he goes on the position number 3. The Italian gets the 3rd place. Also, Luke after the pit will come back behind the group of drivers. They are now ahead of him, and in this group, Dux fights Ero, and to turn 3 he is inside line, and he uses it to overtake Ero? Yes, as he's 7th now. But Ero is now faster because he has DRS, and he's going the inside line to take 7th place back on Dux, but Dux has inside line. Okay, Dux attacks once again, and he gets the position number 1, one position up, same as Axel. But even though Ero has inside line, they touched, but still, there was nothing major as Ero goes 10th, and on the 7th place we can spot the Dutch driver. Okay, like, come on. Okay, so our timing is glitched, as you can see on the second. Okay, I think it's now back to work. So let's switch back as soon as possible to Javier and Axel, as Javier overtakes the Frenchman for the 2nd place. And Gniewko is watching this battle. Look over as he overtakes Frankenstein, who heads into the pits. Probably Plasma is trying to make one long stint on hards, which they are going to last almost 30 laps. Are they going to survive this? Maybe, but I'm not too sure about that. Julian now just behind the guy yet. He has to get ahead of Plausible and Maxro if he wants to continue the championship battle. As now Julian easily overtakes Gaiet into position number 12. He now tries to go outside line to overtake Ero, doesn't make it, there was a contact, and he still stays behind, and he also has minor wing damage, making the case more difficult. Plausible somehow gets ahead. Gaiet went out of the track after the contact. This time Plausible tries to make a late and huge launch on Ero, as he is promoted by 1 place now. Plazable on the 11th now, as he also overtook the Toro Rosso. Look his stack. Axel heads into the pit. He also scared the Ferrari, which position they are now 9th and 10th and 11th, the top 3 out before the pit stops. Plazable now can overtake Julian into the first turn, the first corner. He doesn't make it, they are going wheel to wheel, and Julian blocks the space, defending his place pretty well, even though he has wing damage. But Plazable once again has DRS. And is he going to make a move on the outside line this time? As he doesn't go for the position, for the better place. Now they are going to the Silverstone section, let's call it like that. And also, Julian has no chance. Oh, they are pushing each other off the track, and Plazable's out of the track. They are going to have a very spicy moves right there and a very tough battle. They are going to bang and punch each other as much as they can. It was showed right on the Silverstone section. Let's call it like that. And Nuruza heads into the pit. As you can see, also Guyet wants to join this party, even if he's on the old mediums. Plazable finally gets ahead of Julian, and Luke makes it 2. There was contact between them. Julian has the outside line, as he goes ahead of Luke once again. Now he's going to keep the Ferrari driver at the back of himself. Even though Julian is behind Plazable, he doesn't have DRS. And we have yellow flags in sector 1 and sector 2. There is a mess and no losers out of the track. It's just ahead, we have 3 drivers fighting at once. So no losers, we can also spot he's out of the race. He gave up. So is the safety car coming? Not. Come on. At least VSC. Niewko comes to the pits on the lap 12. Nuruza has left. Maybe this is a hope. No. So we'll probably not see anything today. Dux goes now 4th and Axel 5th. Well, he just gave up. And also look, enough faster than Julian, gets ahead on the position number 7. And trying to save his championship chances. And also Guyet had problems where he was overtaken by Bjorn. On the 10th place he is now. Maxo, who was supposed to maybe even win this race, is now struggling and fighting with Marco Bottani on the 14th. Guillermo has decided to put on hard tires. Remember that he was second after his first before his pit stop. This means he may even have a chance to achieve some nice points today, because Guyet is going to pit, the top 5 are going to pit. You look, Julian and Bjorn too, same as Ginger. Axel much faster now than Guyet into turn, and to the stadium section they go. As he doesn't take the position number 11. I don't understand that, sorry, but if you understand English, please advertise this stream, because only 6 people watching. To the Alpha fans, there is still Jeroen racing. Even though he's only P16, he might have a chance to overtake Marco Botta very soon. Now Guyet goes behind Axel and Ginger both in one straight, and Ginger overtakes 2 people in one corner, getting promoted into 10th. His early pit stop didn't work. So now we have Axel and Ginger on the P10. And Maxro seems to join the battle back to the battle. Javier is leading this race, but is he going to pit for mediums? No, he will try probably to make one pit stop. What about the rest of the top 5? Isaac continues, same as Jasper. As you can see, also Maxro suffers a lot of problems, and Gerard is about to overtake it, so we'll switch to this place. Or maybe not, because we have still the DRS zones. Bjorn overtakes Julia, who pits once again. So his winning chances are probably ruined on this race. If also lags made by both Gayet and Gniewko, it's going to make the battle more difficult. Jura is spun, probably with Frankenstein, but now Gniewko goes ahead. We have also Yellow Fax ahead of us, and it's Axel spun, losing a lot of places. Currently Axel can go inside line or to take the position number 8 ahead of Ginger. They are still fighting. This battle seems to never end, probably on the coming laps. Axel receives 3-second time penalty once again, so he's going to lose a lot of places. Frankenstein goes in the not the best line during these turns. Also, we can also spot that Gniewko is only half of a second behind Axel. He will be able to probably overtake the McLaren driver very soon. Also, consider that Axel has 13 laps old medium tires, same as Gayet. They both started on these compounds. Gniewko has DRS, so he has a chance to overtake now. Is he able to make the 10th place? Into turn 1, he cut the grass, but still goes ahead on the position number 10. Also Bjorn cut the grass, but it didn't hurt him at all. Maybe Ginger regained a bit, but it's nothing significant. So now we will be staying with this battle. As a fun fact, we have no drivers on soft tires now. Probably maybe some of them are rooting for the safety car. Gayet goes on hard tires out of the pits. And Nizo is on the pits too. So is he going to hards or mediums now? As he pits for white tires. The white stacked ones. He will go probably behind Gniewko, probably. At least he's behind Axel. Yes, he goes behind Gniewko, same as or behind Axel, and probably Jeroen is a bit too far. And he goes, even though he goes behind ahead of Axel. So the driver only one race win in Spain in season 1. Has now to struggle with this. So, meanwhile, Axel goes ahead of Bjorn into turn 5. Very nice move. Basically, also Max overtakes Gayet very easily. He has to push if he wants to save his title chances, as Plaza is currently 4th. Ginger received 3-second time penalty. Also, Nizo goes out of the track. Gniewko suffered a bit of problems now. And Jasper heads into the pits. What about Dukes? He goes on the pit lane too. Also, Nizo has now DRS on Gniewko, so this is a chance for him to overtake the Toro Rosso driver. He has to go the right side of the track, so this is inside line to turn 1, the better one, and he makes it into 7th place. And also Frankenstein Does he have wing damage? No, so why he lost 2 places to one corner? Jeroen and someone else received 3-second time penalties. Maxro faster than Ero. Can he make a position up? Ero goes inside line. Maxro is now 15th. Ero didn't decide to make a move on Maxro. So now, the update is that Javier is leading by 13 seconds. Plausibles on old hards, not the oldest one, but 11 laps. So probably there are about 25 to 30% worn. Is he going to survive on these tires until the end of the race? I don't know. Guide receives 3-second time penalty. Julian is faster than Patrick. As he is much faster in this DRS zone. Maestro makes the fastest lap of the race. Are we going to see broken one, even 16? Because on soft tires it is possible. And drivers like Alex and Javier can both go for that. Because they keep staying on track. Same as Ginger. Plausible gained 1 second on Javier during this lap, around half of a second. It may be also 6/10, 7/10 or 4/10. Okay, he gained 8 during this lap. So we will go back to Axel if he has DRS, or maybe not, because who can follow? Maybe let's go to Axel. He is literally no slipstream. Bjorn also doesn't gain a lot on that. Remember about what happened in USA, by the way. This is the one thing I need to mention, because we had 20 laps of clean fight during the race, and then Frankenstein crashed with Niso, and then it started raining, and then we had safety car. And then we know what happened. Norther and Patrick on podium, and Houseman too. Niso receives another 3-second time penalty, so the Renault drivers tend to get a lot of them. Also Jesper behind Jeroen, and Jeroen starts to struggle on the medium tires. And Jesper has new hearts, same as Dux. I think Jeroen will be overtaken soon, unless he does the great defending. Same as Axel. Because Jesper, Dux, Patrick, Uragai, Frankenstein, Botan, literally all of the drivers on hards are going to finish the race on them. Luke is now less than a second to Plausible, so maybe he has a chance to gain a bit. But he doesn't, because he is now losing once again more than a second. Axel versus Ginger right here. As Gniewko receives 3-second time penalty too. Axel stays behind the Mercedes. Meanwhile, we will switch to the driver starting for the NID. And this is a group of 4 drivers. 3 Dutchmen and 1 Frenchman. Keeping all of the pack behind. As now we have literally no position changes on track. Maybe Jesper will be the one to make the move on the next lap. Dux currently has to restrict to only watch this. Luke heads into the pits once again. Probably new medium tires. Yes, that's right. So, where will Luke come back on track? Probably on the P12. Yes, because Julian is not the driver to catch him now. As three drivers at once has DRS. Only Jero and tries to overtake Axe, but that's literally all about this battle right now. Maybe on the next turn, Jasper receives a 3-second time penalty. As now Ginger goes third and Axel on fourth. Plausible will be leading this race after the pit stop of Javier. Javier is not pitting still. Maybe he hopes he will last 30 laps on these tires. As now also Ginger and Björn both in the pits, so Axel goes no third. Probably both of the drivers will finish. Okay, Jeroen is pitting too for the medium tires. Axe still wasn't in the pits. Currently drivers like Gniewko and Nizo are doing great strategy. Maybe Nizo has a chance to make first podium this season, because he won in Monaco Grand Prix in season 2 after Luke's DSQ. But what about now? Axe receives 3-second time penalty. So let's check these battles around here. Nothing is happening, I hope. Okay, Euro is much faster to Jero and nothing goes on there. Luke tried to maybe find a bit of space to overtake Jasper, but he's stuck now. Okay, let's check the race director very quickly. So Javier has only 2 warnings. Then we have Plausible with 1 warning only. Axel has 3 penalties. Nizo has 2 penalties. Gniewko goes with 1 only. Axe has none. And also, as you could see, because it was visible, Luke overtaking Jasper. So I decided to switch back to the track as soon as possible. So we have a lot of drivers, like Plausible, Axel, Nizo, not Axel, otherwise he's not pitting. But if Javier pits, he will go back on track. Also, Luke overtakes Axe. He will go back on track around P5, behind Gniewko. There is a chance to be behind Gniewko. But still, he will be in the points. He's doing great work right now. Same as Jasper, overtaking Axe into position number 7. A lot of drivers with podium chances today, or another nice points into their collection. But the most damaged ones are Bjorn and Julian and Max. Javier pits for soft tires. I thought for a second it would be hard, but this would be the worst decision ever. He has no chance to go as fast as he can, and he will go out not on the P5 as I predicted, but on the P4, going with Nizo, and he's going to be ahead of them, ahead of the of his countrymen. Also, just Ginger faster than Jasper. And on the longest straight of the, not Formula 1, because probably the longest straight in Abu Dhabi is maybe even longer, as I remember. But still, Luke receives 3-second time penalty. So basically, if Plausible wins, he has great chances to maybe even claim the championship in Japan. And we were supposed to have 5 drivers fighting for the championship, and now this ends like this. But maybe a bit of penalties will happen. Javier stays behind Nizo. He's the only one to go on softs. Marco Botta receives 3-second time penalty. What about Julian? He's very close to Axe. Axe has old medium tires. They are the oldest ones on the track. 23 laps old. Julian tries to go in sideline to take the position number 9. They probably contacted, but still Axel goes ahead. Julian takes the position number 9. Not? Yes, finally he does it, but even though he cut the corner. Javier overtook Nizzo right there, and Axel heads into the pit. Ginger makes the fastest lap on medium tires, so he's flying on this track. That's an easy conclusion. Axel is probably not going to pit, even though his tires will be around 25 laps year old. Not here, but 25 laps old. And also Frankenstein and Axel in the pits. What is Frankenstein pitting for? Probably softs. No, he's pitting for mediums. The McLaren driver has pitted for soft tires. Also, Marco Botta is very close to Dukes. Ginger receives 3-second time penalty. So this is like a price to pay for fastest lap or flying on the track. Sometimes it happens, cutting the corner. And also, we have yellow flag sector 1. Who is that? It's half of Frankenstein probably. Yes. Javier meanwhile makes the fast lap. He's about to catch even maybe Axel. Into position number 2. But can he win ahead? But can he go ahead of Plazable? This is pretty difficult. Also a reminder that Plazable has no penalties, while Javier has 1. Okay, not here, but I will show you. Plazable 1 warning, and Javier has no penalty still. Okay, I misjudged him with Luke. Also, Ginger overtook Luke. The other two drivers will probably overtake Gniewko very soon. Even though Gniewko has done a great strategy to keep himself at least in the points. And he has that 4.5 of a second gap to Jesper. And Javier, after only 2 laps on soft tires, is just behind Axel. So can he maybe even overtake the Frenchman on the longest straight, on the main straight of the Mexican Grand Prix? He probably can if he uses enough ERS power. Yes, he uses it. And look how fast is he. Into second place. Here he goes. Plazable is on 20 laps old hard tires. And Gniewko is overtaken now by Ginger. And also Bjorn makes a move on Jesper. His new medium tires started, the fresh medium tires, because they are only 5 laps old, started to pay off as he overtook the Williams. Axel will probably suffer a lot during the last laps of the race. Julian also overtakes Jesper, even though his mediums are old, but they have 13 laps. Gniewko receives 3-second time penalty, so it's the second penalty made by Paul, received by Paul during this race. He's lagging a bit. Luke uses it to go into 6th place. So we're here like waiting for Bjorn to catch Gniewko, and that's all of the action. Maybe Javier will get Plazen. Let's check out their sector times. 28, 9.2. What about Javier? He's making lap times around 117. As he was a bit faster, but is it enough? Maybe he will gain a lot during on the sector 2, because there are a lot of quick corners. Dukes fights P16 against Ero. Javier is going to win. There is a chance. And Dukes overtakes Ero for the position number 16. Also, they are contacting. Oh, there was a contact, and this cost. You are getting back on P16. They are going wheel to wheel. Dux had a wheel spin, and he's still behind the Toro Rosso driver. So, what now? Julian follows Bjorn pretty well, and Bjorn caught Gniewko by a whole second. Right now, Javier is around 7.0, less than 7 seconds to Plazen. He has a chance, maybe to catch Plazen, but to win this race, I don't know. If lap 29, I see there is no safety car going to happen probably. But Ero heads into the pits. He had a pretty good qualifying with the ninth place, but it didn't equal with getting position with getting the position during the race. So Plazen has crossed the line to get to start lap 30 of this Grand Prix. Javier is losing 6.1 seconds. If he will push enough, there is a chance. He goes just behind Ero, but Ero is going to be lapped. Javier is now losing less than 6 seconds, but Ero is going to disturb him a bit. Axel receives a 3-second time penalty. As we can see, Niso also receives 3-second time penalty, same as Marco Botta. Javier is going to have at least a great result, because second place is a lot of points for Ferrari, even though they are safe on the 4th place in the Constructors' Championship. Okay, Ero and Javier are going wheel to wheel. So maybe let's head to Julian. He's still stuck behind Bjorn, but Bjorn has now caught Gniewko, and he's only 1.3 seconds behind. Axel is the driver, trying to survive on the medium tires. Jaron receives 3-second time penalty. And Axel, his tires are 20 laps old. The other drivers have pitted on around when the mediums were 22 or 23 laps old. I mean Javier and Axel. Now Bjorn with a chance to overtake Gniewko during this DRS straight. It's going to be pretty simple as he has fresher mediums. Gniewko tried the same strategy as Plazen, losing a place to be 8th now. So what now? Gniewko has a chance to maybe even go inside. No, because he lagged and lost a bit of time. Javier started to drop. He's now 5.7 and Plazen is not losing time. As you can see, also Dux getting a 3-second time penalty. Plazen goes on lap 32. Did Javier cut the inside line? That's interesting. Also Julian overtook Gniewko. Probably the Polish driver will finish on the 9th place. Even though he tries to go in outside line. Luke gets the 3-second time penalty. Who we are going to see on the podium today, by the way? This is the question. Guyot with 3 seconds. Okay, well, Javier is so good at making this soft medium or medium soft strategy work. Julia goes inside line to re-overtake Gniewko on the F place, even though the Toro Rosso drivers were ahead for a moment only. Okay, I had to go out for a second. As you can see, Julian overtook Gniewko once again. Like, not to go, but I had to say something, which is not in English. I had said it for myself only. So now plausible. He's still 5.6 seconds ahead. So probably Javier will stay on the second place. But now Axel starts to drop a lot of pace. And Nizo regains on him. Axel has 3-second time penalty. Okay, this is going to be more interesting now. Gniewko overtaken by Jesper as he heads into the pits. Probably for soft tires, even though he would survive easily with them until the end of the race. He had a chance, a lot of points today. So now, Axel. What is going to happen with him? He has a much worn medium tires comparing to Javier and Axel what they had before the pit stop. And he cannot pit, otherwise he will lose a lot of time. And he will drop a lot of those places, maybe even outside top 10. Jesper receives 3-second time penalty. This helps Max to get at least one place up. And also Ginger gets the penalty. Probably the driver on the best situation now is Nizo. I remember him getting 6 seconds of time penalties. Plausible has now a chance to survive with hard tires, but is he going to make it? He's struggling now. Has got a lot of tire calculations now. Is Axel going to survive for the first place? Also yellow flag is the free success span probably. Yeah, he lost the place. Okay, Nizo with a chance to get third place. Can the Italians make a redemption and finally get a podium this season? It is a chance for him. And Jiren receives another 3-second time penalty. Axel ahead of Dukes. Now Nizo, even though he has hard tires, he is able to overtake Axel very soon. Who will get the puncture? Ginger goes out of the track, so he probably will lose his podium chances. This is now a chance for Nizo to overtake Axel, who tries to go inside line. We have lap 35. And Nizo goes ahead of Axel to third. Now there's time for Ginger to make it. Axel receives another 3 seconds. I don't know how many of them he has now. But the penalties are going to mess the statistics by a lot. Axel has 25 laps old mediums. This means he's about to make to get a puncture. And also he had contact with Ginger. They are fighting with two. This only helps Nizo to get the first podium during season 3. Gniewko goes with the fastest lap, so somehow he gets a point. Axel with 3-second time penalty. Maybe even Luke will come into the at least 4th, because I don't think he has a chance for podium today. Max with 5-second time penalty for Connor cutting it, gaining 1 place. What is going on here? Ginger, he can finally say overtakes Axel, but Axel will not give up that easily. He's probably trying only to survive with these tires, as they are 25 laps old. Plausible on the last lap of the race. He's also struggling. He also suffers a lot of difficulties. Guy to 3-second time penalty. Journal with a chance to overtake Patrick on the last lap. But are Axel's tires going to survive this race? Okay, Lucas less than 2 seconds behind. You already received 3 seconds. So let's switch to Plasm Ball. He's extending his championship lead after the stadium section. He's going to get 26 points. Meanwhile, Max Republic gets 0 and Julian gets only 4. So this means he has a chance to win the championship in the next race. He wins Mexican Grand Prix. This time it's for Javier on the 2nd place, and Nizo is going to get the 1st spot of this season. Axel is going hard for 2. And Ginger has a lot of penalties, pushing him down to 6th place now. Bjorn goes now 4th, Julian 6th. Dux also 3 seconds. We had a lot of penalties today. Guy to 3 second time penalty once again. Is Maxro gets that 5 seconds. Can Turan finish in the point? No. But Patrick makes it. Also, Gayet Dux Gniewko. Gniewko overtakes Dux on the last corner. Drunkenstein retires the session. He knows that he has no more chance to get points still. And Gniewko goes on the P13. Gayet P14. No, Axel goes P14. So Marco Botta is the last one to cross the line. Bjorn lost podium by 0.2 of a second. Less than 0.2. Come on. So this means we have finished the Mexican Grand Prix. The championship battle. The championship battle is like maybe even over, because let's see how many points has Max to achieve, or plausible to get the championship. Because if he will finish P3 on the race and Maxro, okay, let's consider Maxro doesn't score points in Japan. Okay. So Plasm Ball doesn't need to do anything to get the championship if Max will not both score points. We'll go back to the back. Okay. So what we can say? This race had a lot of clean battles today. And what can we say? This turned out to move a lot of places today, as Ginger out the P7, even though he finished 4th on track. Bjorn got no penalties, same as Patrick, Javier and Plasm Ball. Well, I'm just doing my calculations. Considering Plasm Ball wins the race, there is a chance that he will not get the he will get the championship in Japan for sure. Or maybe not. Okay. So let's consider that. I'm doing the tables by myself. We'll do the press conference very soon. Just wait. 27. Okay, Michael finally created the party. Okay, so if Plasm Ball wins Japanese Grand Prix, he automatically wins the title. I'll be inviting Nizo finally, I can say. Okay, Nizo. Let's then Javier and Plausen. Plausen. He's there. Okay. So now, Plasm Ball with 26 points today. If he wins in Japan, he gets the championship, because he is now leading by not 25. Welcome, Javier. I'm just calculating the standings.
Yeah.
Plasm Ball has 32 points of advantage.
Well, kinda easy for him.
So once again, as another leak, your strategy worked very well. Not for the victory, but at least for the podium.
Yeah, I really wanted to take Plaza in the end, but yeah, it's too fast with hearts and for a penalty from him, but...
He got 80% of tire wear. Imagine getting the puncture.
Yeah, I was also like 70% of tire wear, so...
Oh, wow, so many. Well, I wonder how many Axel got.
9, I think. 9 penalties. I saw when
not
I
the penalties,
overtook him.
but... not the penalties.
Tire wear. Tire wear.
Yeah, the tire wear,
Yeah,
I mean.
a lot more. He pitted on lap 10. It was like 80% like Plaza.
Okay, so as I calculate, the champ... how many points did Luke get today? 10, as I remember. Yeah, and Bjorn 12. I will save that. And what I can say...
Am I the only?
we have only 3 drivers with a chance to win the championship.
Oh,
If you just overtook that Plausen... No, nothing will happen. Nothing would happen. We have only 3 drivers, so there was 5 predicted, maybe even 6. And Plausen Ball... Let's say Max wins and gets the hat trick. Then Plausen, if he's second, he's not gaining it. So without a hat trick, and Max winning, he still hasn't got a sure championship. So if he wins, he gets it. That's all. Okay, I will do that later, maybe with your help of all of you on the chat and on the Discord.
okay. Am I the only in the press conference?
Yes. So any comments?
Okay. Well, I was quite lucky because I was first for half the race, and it was a good moment for me because I took the advantage from the other guys, and then with the softs, I wasn't too fast to Plaza, so that's the race.
Okay, so that's your comment about this race.
Well, yeah, this is it. Nothing more to add.
Okay, so thank you for the race, thank you for the conference.
Yeah.
And good luck in Japan. And hope that Plazenball will not finish the race, Max Rowe will win and Allen will be second or rotated. So Julian winning or Max Rowe second. Just kidding, but it would give us the great championship. But so thank you for the race, thank you for the broadcast, leave a like and subscribe, and goodbye.